drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Roethlisberger now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
You ain't gonna make it to the fourth quarter. Keep on coughing. Keep on coughing.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's gonna air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. They give him a gain of 37. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of the guy I played with way back.
Run away.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And his kick is good. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now, that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down.
I ran into the hole and got caught
up. He goes
up.
down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And
Yeah,
just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the
There you
field.
go, hang on to that ball.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 4th down, Watson. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Lamar Miller. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
All right, man.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Flush to his right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect. But as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Watson now to throw on 3rd down. He can run. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the trade.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown.
That's how we get him under control. That's how we get him under control. He tried to spin. He tried to spin.
At the 34-yard line.
Right there. He tried to spin.
He did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Watson on 3rd down. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down. The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Fights free at the... And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans will extend their lead. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it
up
here
to
35, right at the 34 here. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger.
Drop that. Drop
The
that.
contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It wasn't 3rd and long. It was more like 3rd and attainable, and oftentimes offense just want to run enough to pick up a 1st down. But I think they wanted a break tendency there. Catch the defense plan for the short pass and push it downfield, and they almost collected a big play.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now Roethlisberger.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice. That was nice right there.
Complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 51 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st down, Watson dancing to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. On 1st and 10, Watson being chased out left. Going deep for Hopkins. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. Just that second part that finished off the play for him.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Texans on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action for Miller. Now Watson steps away to his left. And he finds his man Griffin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's Watson now on second down. Flushed out right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block.
Down! Black 22! Black 22!
Off of play action, it's Watson sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans will add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first.
There's a man they call AB, always a volume receiver. He gobbles up catches. Holds a number 2 and number 4 spots for most receptions in a season in NFL history. And in 2015, just 7 catches shy of setting the single-season mark for most receptions, currently held by Marvin Harrison, a Hall of Famer.
He had 136 catches that year on the heels of 129 the season before. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Do jet! Do jet!
After the interception, here's Watson. Rolling to his left. Caught left side, Hopkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Do jet! Do jet!
Here's Watson to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing right side, that's complete to Demarius Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk.
Yeah, it's still on.
Get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, particularly running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And bulldozing his way through. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 33 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Steelers set to take the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 47 yards. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
I couldn't catch that. I couldn't catch that. They was going to let me catch that.
Hurry up, let's go.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And he finds McDonald. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger.
Got him.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You go high
the positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, maybe said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And an alley to run. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 43. They begin with a run by Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff to Miller. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Faking the give. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
The Texans on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Watson, escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Here's a give to Miller. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. They'll run it again with Miller. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. After the penalty, it's Miller. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Watson. Buying time. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Watson. They'll roll him out right. Intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Cody Sensabaugh. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
Get him!
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principle.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 42 yards. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Connor. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Oh, good play. You pulled my damn
Touchdown,
motherfucking line, baby.
It's the fullback, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
Out of there.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. Ben to throw again. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football,
get 5 yards, baby. Get 5 yards.
Confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in
Ah.
enemy's hands again. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Let go of his block.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing on third down, Watson, flush to his right. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Dancing to his left. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Now it's Roethlisberger. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on a two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the action to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they want.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup, 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A handoff, running left is Miller. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
They'll look to throw. It'll buy some time right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Steps away. He's going to let it fly. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right.
Oh, come on, man. That's bullshit.
Stop with 14 seconds remaining.
You cut out the speed doing that, dude.
Such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, Roethlisberger going to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And this one is incomplete. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously.
What? The barber don't work on a week. Yeah. I'm gonna go eat, y'all. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Yeah, I'll be back later on.